Hello everyone. In this video, we are focusing on how to install SSTP VPN on Ubuntu. I want to make a, SSTP server set first. So that's like there is a software softether, which is generated by University of one of the University of Japan. And then I'm going to install that software on top of this Ubuntu, and we make a SSTP server. So let's do it. So there are some steps here that I'm going to put these commands under the video also to know that how to do this step. So the first step, we are installing wget and GCC and binutils. So I'm doing sudo -s and then installing these softwares. So also I have here one Ubuntu, which is part of NAT. So if you look at the configuration, this one also is. Now I also have a Windows 10, which acts like a managing the VPN server. Also, you can install the software on top of this one. So I am saying yes to this one. So the next step after this installation, we're gonna have, this is also for CentOS or Red Hat distribution that you can use YARN, but I'm using apt-get because my Linux operating system is Ubuntu. So then this one, actually you see that the softether, you're downloading this software. So I'm gonna copy this part and paste it here. So this is like your VPN server that you're downloading from this website. And after that, I'm using tar to extract that GZ file. Actually, GZ file is, let me show you, is here. And that's a GZ file. So if you paste this command, it will extract that JZ file. So JZ file, extract the JZ file is going to be under VPN server. So cd VPN server. So you see that files are located here. And then we are doing make. You see that also under this command. We're doing make to make the binary file. So this is like how you can access these daemons, the IP address of the server and port 5555. You can access these daemon servers. So I'm gonna bring this part, like move the VPN server to user.local and make it as a secure. So it's like that, cd, and then move VPN server and put that one as user local. So based on this, the document that I created here, so then it will move that folder under user and the local. And then you can change the permission of this one. So the first line, it will change the permission to 600. So I'm making that one as a read-only. Then this one for VPN server folder that we have, that permission for that one. And also the last one is for vpncmd file that we have it. So that we're going to change it with this command. Okay, so make sure that your file has the right permission. And then this is like configuration of a server. So you nano to this one here is cat, actually. It should be nano to this file. So you can use VI also. If you comfortable with the VI, you can use VI. And then under here, you paste this configuration. Actually, this is like a description of a VPN server, network configuration, type of services that you can define, stop, start. So all of them are located here. So I'm pasting that one, copy and paste it on that file. So actually we are generating this file here. Okay. So I'm wondering maybe yeah, that part also has this type of bracket. Yeah. Then save this file. And now if you do a systemctl daemon reload, it should reload this daemon. So let's try it. It will reload it. And if you do enable softether, that should enable softether like that. So then we have starting this one, starting this service. So let's see that we can start. Yeah, there is no error. And if you check the status, now it shows that the status should be running. Yeah, it's running here, okay? So the last piece that we have here is checking that you have done the configuration correctly. So if you put this command, I'm gonna also put this all of these commands under this video. We can check it. So we will check, you see that kernel, memory, and C file system, all of them pass and you command successfully. So at that point, if you check the configuration of this like IP address is 192.168.199.136. So now let's go to Windows operating system. My IP address here under Windows IP config. So here is 192.168.199.135. Okay. So open the browser. Let's download softether manager. So it's like that. Download softether VPN. Yeah. So that's the project that we have here. If you click on the download soft VPN, so this is the page. And here under freeware, you can select the component. One of the components is a manager for Windows. Actually, you can put the command, some commands for managing under Ubuntu. I want to show you this way also, because sometimes it happens that you have your Ubuntu under cloud and you want to connect from your laptop to the cloud and manage the VPN server. This is like a GUI that you can manage everything, users, permissions, and some stuff like that. So this is Windows operating system. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to download this version, softether VPN server. So here you see that there is Intel. Yeah, there is only x86 and 64. There is only one option. So that university, as also I mentioned, is an open source project at University of Tsukuba in Japan. Or maybe I mentioned something else, but this is the open source project that is generated for VPN. So we're gonna install this VPN server, softether. And this is like a manager for managing this Ubuntu server. So I'm just preparing that one, showing up in a few seconds. maybe I run it again. Yeah. Okay. So then next, so you have here softether VPN bridge, soft VPN server, and server manager. So I'm gonna install soft components like this server. This is like an admin tool that you have. Only the VPN server managing will be installed. So this one install on the computer on the central side of the VPN. The management tool will be also installed. So this is like a component of everything. This is like bridging only. This is only administrative tools that you're gonna install. I'm gonna select the first one because you have everything, and then next, and install stuff. I have also two installation wizards. One of them is not necessary. So you see that the setup process successfully completed successfully, and then finish this part. So it's asking you where the server is located. So look at the IP address of this one. 192.168.199.136, okay? So then you can click on the new settings. Yeah, here. So you call it SSTP. The IP address is 192.168.199.136. So here we are connecting through the administrative port. Let's connect to this one. Let's see that I can able to connect. So it's asking for a new password. So I put a new password here. Change the password because that's the first time I'm connecting to the server. Password change, and I connected to the server. So it has different type of look VPN. So remote access VPN is like you have a client that you're connecting to the VPN server. Site-to-site VPN is like you have two sites or three sites, and then you have a VPN between sites. I'm gonna select this one. Yeah. So then is asking virtual hub. What do you want to put your virtual hub name? Put it as SSTP. So then this is like dynamic host that you have, and this is the IP address that's like global IP address that you have, 142.232.197.33. That's a function of a dynamic host if you want to have a proxy or some similar to that one. It is not necessary at this step. So it's asking that, do you want to enable L2TP over IPsec or enable L2TP server function, raw L2TP with no encryption? I'm going to enable this one. So you see that this one, it works with the iPhone, iPad, Windows, Mac OS. This is like no encryption. It's like without any encryption. And there is like here for site-to-site VPN, which is router product compatible with L2TP version 3 over IPsec. This is you can enable this one if you want. And IPsec common settings. So this is like pre-share key that you want to put it here. That's VPN. If you like to change this pre-share key, you can change this pre-share key. You can put it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's simple, but in real world, we are just putting a very strong password. Oh, that's another things that you can do it if you have Azure like machine. So then you can have a VPN, remote access VPN from SSTP VPN to Azure Cloud. And also if you want to have a side-to-side VPN also is possible. You see that you can enable Azure Cloud and enable this project, but I'm not using this one. This is a very good feature. If you want to use it, you can enable the VPN Azure. So then asking you for creating user. So that's like you put the username here. For example, I'll put my name. And this is like a group if you want to group it. This is very good management. So if you want to, your account, for example, VPN account is to be expired in a specific time, you can put it here. That's like a managing of user expiration date. And also if you have a radio server, you can put it the radio server information here, policy if you want to set the policy. But in my scenario, I'm putting on username and password. Okay. And then I click OK. So the user has been created. So that's my user. And so here is asking you if you want to do a side-to-side VPN, which network interface you want to put it. I'm not putting anyone, so just I close it at this step. Okay, so here, look, you have different also options about this VPN server, status of this VPN server. So you see that we have one virtual hub, encryption. So you see that what type of encryption you can put it here. Um, So now is AES 128 and SHA for the encryption. Um, and that's for IPsec L to TP. So I put it 1 to 8. Layer 3 switching and routing if you want to put, and this is for VPN. And this is dynamic DNS that you have it for this configuration. Okay. So at this point, at least you know some stuff that you configure like the virtual hub, username, and this is the status that you have for this one, right? Also, it has secure NAT here, but this secure NAT is gonna NAT the configuration is very slow if you wanna use this option. Also here on the properties, again, you access to many options like onlining your virtual hub or setting as an offline, the number of a maximum VPN session that you can set it. Also here, there are some configuration for IP access control and the message that you can show to the client when they connected to your virtual hub. Let me come back to this website, and there is like client for Windows that you can enable. I'm gonna download this client version. So that's a VPN client that you can connect to your server. So I'm installing this one as well. Next, and that's VPN client tools. Seems that we got an error. I'm trying to see that what is the result. So let me see, maybe I have to, yeah, create, okay. So I'm running again to see that, because the previous one, management was open. Maybe that one had a conflict with management. Okay, so then add a VPN connection. So your virtual network adapter, I'm gonna add new VPN connection. So call it VPN. So then okay, so then new virtual, sorry. So then you open the virtual network connection. Okay, so that's for the setting of this VPN. So that's my VPN, for example. 192.168.199.136 is the IP address of server. Your virtual hub is SSTP. Username was Hamid. Password was 123456. So this one now is offline. Connect is connected. Okay. So this way, also you will receive an IP address. If you check your IP address here, CMD IP config. Look, your IP address is now for VPN client is 199.138. That's the IP address you receive from DHCP that you have. But I want to verify the other way. So here you can go under VPN settings. On the Windows, you can add a connection. My VPN 192.168.199.136, and select this one as L2TP IPsec pre-share key. Pre-share key that you put for this part is 1234567 Username was Hamid. Password was 123456. Save it, my VPN, and you see that it's connected. This way also is correct if you want to confirm your VPN server is working properly. So you see that here also I got the IP address. That's for my PVPN, right? 192.168.199.137. I hope this has been informative for you guys, and thanks for watching.